This video is to let you know how to make the braids for Nutcracker's party scene for Dolls 1 and Dolls 2 so that you can come prepared when you show up for technical rehearsal and performance. Claire has come with a high ponytail. We're going to split and divide that into 2 braids. To the right, you'll see the items that you'll need: a hairbrush, hair elastics to finish off the ends of the braids, bobby pins. These smaller bobby pins are more secure than some of the open hairpins. You can use those as well, but these are a better anchor. Here are some more bobby pins. You'll need a can of hairspray, a hairnet, and here's another option of hair elastics that you can use. The hair elastics that you want to use for the end of the braid should be smaller to be more secure. So we're going to start by making 2 braids. You're going to divide the ponytail in half. If you're very creative, you can divide the hair to 3 and make a design with 3 braids. So you're going to braid it tightly to the end. And if there's hair that pops out, don't worry about that. It will be secured by the hairnet that you put on at the end and anchor with hairpins. So that's our first braid. When you get to the end, the most important part of anchoring the braids to the head is going to be the first part, closest to the hair elastic at the top. The flatter that you make that, the better that it will all lie close to the head in the end. As some of you have more layered hairstyles, there will be a point where you won't be able to braid anymore. Don't worry about those loose ends because they'll get tucked under the other braid on the side. So you have 2 braids. We're going to twist this up and flatten it to the head. You can turn it and just place it on the head, but I found that if you twist upwards, it lays a little flatter. So you're going to take this first part, and using the bobby pin, you're going to use it the same way you do to make a bun, and you're going to place it into the hair, shovel, and secure it to the hair. So this hair on top is getting anchored down. You're going to make a shape that in the end might look like a heart. So we're going to make a loop, and the end of this hair is going to get tucked under this loop. So if you want, you can start by anchoring the end of your loop, and again you're going to shovel and place the bobby pins. And you really want the braid to lie flat, so about every inch you're going to place 2 bobby pins to secure the braid into the head. And then you're going to start with the other side. You're going to flip the braid, place it close to the head, anchor the part that's closest to the hair elastic on either side so that it lies flat. And if there's any part that pops up, you can twist and anchor that. And you're going to try to match the shape that you made on the other side. So this end is going to slip right underneath his second braid and get anchored underneath it. And then you don't see any of the loose hair at the end of that braid. The same will happen on this side. If you need to readjust and move one of these pins so you can slip this hair underneath, you can easily do that as the rest of the braid is anchored. And you're going to continue to tuck that hair under and hide it under the braid that already exists. You will need a fair amount of bobby pins for this, as you're going to anchor about every inch along the way. So the longer the braid, the more bobby pins you're going to need. And you want it to be secure, so as they're dancing, it doesn't flop. So as you can see, you've just made 2 loops. You've taken the 2 braids and looped to the right, tucked under, and looped to the left and tucked under. To finish this off, you're going to place a hairnet over the top. You want to anchor the hairnet as well so that you can see the braids and the definition of them. Some of you might not have to use the hairnet, as you might not have loose ends or hair that's layered. But the hairnet will make it just look a little cleaner. And so you're going to just choose where to put a couple bobby pins to make the hairnet a little bit tighter and to show the definition of the braids. And that is how you're going to style the hair for Dolls Act 1 and Act 2. So we're going to show you another option with 3 braids of how to make the hair for Dolls 1 and Dolls 2 if you want to venture into that. Again, you have the hair supplies. There are more bobby pins because we're going to make 3 braids. There are the hair elastics. You have 2 options, a hairnet, hairspray, and the hairbrush. So you'll be using the hairspray to spray back any wisps prior to starting this and at the end when you finish. So you're just going to spray and then sweep the hair back towards the ponytail. Sweep your ear. So you're going to take your time to make 3 braids. Depending on the length of your hair and the thickness of your hair, you're going to choose which option is best for you. If you have thicker hair, it might be easier to make 3 braids and have more options. But that's a personal choice. We just ask that you show up with at least 2 braids looped to the hair. If you have thicker, silkier hair, sometimes it's a little bit easier if your hair is a little bit dirty. Which sounds terrible, but dirty as in maybe you didn't wash it that day. It makes it a little bit easier to work with. So you're going to secure the end of the hair with your hair elastic and start on the 3rd braid. You can find these supplies at the local Walgreens, CVS, Harmon Cosmetics, sometimes even at the grocery store, in the cosmetics aisle. They have a number of these supplies. They're all pretty easy to procure. Definitely having a variety of hairpins and bobby pins makes it a lot easier, as everybody's hair and every hairstyle requires a different item. If you're making a larger bun, having bigger hairpins makes it easier to anchor that bun sometimes if you have thicker hair and a hairnet. But the tighter bobby pins will hold these braids more securely. So we're going to start the same way that we did and loop, twist and loop this first braid. And her hair is just a little bit thicker, so you're going to make sure that you really anchored it securely all the way around. you might find that at the top of the braid you need a couple more bobby pins. And we're going to twist the second braid the same way we did previously, up and out to the side, anchoring the top so that it lays flat. And again, you're going to shovel and anchor with the bobby pins, as their purpose is to secure the hair. Again, as we did before, you're going to anchor this loose hair into the twist on the other side, so it's secure and you won't see any of it. If you need to keep that braid out of the way, you can bobby pin it to the top of their head until you're ready to place it. And you're going to take this hair and twist it under the braid on the other side. And you're going to take your final braid. We're going to make a loop at the bottom. So it's going to loop under and meet all these braids in the center. And you'll see that you have 1 loop, 2 loop, 3 loops, and that they meet up. You're going to take this hair and unanchor part of the braid so that you can loop it under the first braid. And anchor and secure it so the first braid is hiding those loose ends. And you're going to finish anchoring the top of your third braid. And when you've done, you'll take your hairnet, as you did previously, and you'll place it over the top and twist it around. If you can, twist it at the bottom and bring it over twice, do that. If there's not enough space, twist the hairnet, tuck it under the braid, and secure it at the bottom. And again, as we did before, you're going to anchor the hairnet to the hair in a couple of places so that you can see the definition of the braids, but the hairnet is keeping the loose hairs in. This might take you a couple minutes the first time you do it, but as you become more comfortable, it will become a much easier process and you have a beautiful 3-braided hairstyle. If you have any questions, please feel free to call the office or ask any of the moms or staff that you see. And we wish you the best of success in seeing you at our Nutcracker technical rehearsals. Thank you.